I mean, this whole thing is opinionated. All this is my opinion. So if you get triggered, you know, you could turn this off right now. May edition of the Shake My Head Awards. It's been a month of special things. And just when I was about to record this, something else happened. So let's get into it. So let's start the nominations off with 6ix9ine, of course. He comes back from prison, and you would think he learned his lesson, you know? Let me stop trolling. Let me try to support, you know, different charities. Let me stay to myself. Join a witness protection program. But no, the first thing he does is gets on his trolling game, and he triggers everybody. Blame him, but his stream had 2 million viewers. It broke records for IG. So really, whose fault is it that 6ix9ine is a troll? Is it 6ix9ine's fault? Or is it everybody that gives him the time of day and the views? He comes out with a video, it breaks records. I mean, he literally picked up where he left off. He didn't learn a thing. He let a bunch of people go to jail and do a bunch of time. Were they guilty? Yes, but so was he. He's not innocent. All the stuff he was involved in, trying to get people killed. 6ix9ine, for the month of May, you get to shake my head. And let's see if he survives 2020. Let's see if we all survive 2020. How about that? For the next nomination, we have the American government. Listen, every single time we do the Shake My Head Awards, the government's about to get one of these. You just see how things are handled. Mask on, mask off. No, that's not what we said. It's the Democrats, it's the Republicans, it's all of them. Who are the people suffering the most? People in poorer neighborhoods, black and brown people, as usual. We're the ones suffering the most. So the governor of Georgia opened up the state of Georgia, but the mansion's closed though. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but you know, I see what's going on. So the United States government, for the month of May, you get a Shake My Head Award nomination. Next up, the protesters. So this is what I deduced from just sitting back and watching, you know, protests day after day. So half of us are in quarantine and people start to get antsy. I understand that. My thing is, let's stay safe. I don't want to catch anything. All right? I understand. If you're a social butterfly and you need to be outside and this is killing you, I get it completely. To take it a bit further and say that your liberties are at stake, I don't know. I don't understand it. I just feel like people are patriots when it's convenient. So you're not listening to the laws that the governors of each state or wherever you at down, right? So they said we need to be in quarantine. There needs to be a lockdown for a couple of months. Okay? Anybody who's caught is going to be arrested, fined, whatever. So I would think that this is a law, right? This is something that's been put into play. But no, let me go protest because I'm a patriot.
If you continue to cut the hair and defy the laws, that you could be subject to being cited. Are you clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you clear that you have an opportunity to stop and be able to
Yes.
not be cited if you choose to do so?
Yes. This governor has overstepped her bounds. She's drunk on power. We've had enough. This is ridiculous.
All right. But then we have people who kneel when the national anthem is sung. You're not a patriot. You're supposed to stand for the national anthem. You're breaking the law. You're going against America. So which one is it? Which one is it? It just seems like a lot of people pick and choose what they want out of the American Constitution or whatever to suit their ideals. So you're gonna go to protest with guns and swastikas? Yes, because that has a lot to do with the coronavirus. Honestly, I feel like the quarantine and everything has been bringing out people's character. Anyway, so all these people protesting. And now you would think that they're protesting for something that makes sense.
To be opened up. We're tired of not being able to buy the things that we need, go to the hairdressers, get our hair done. It's time to open up.
This is insane. This is insane. All right, that's fine. Go get your hair cut, Karen. You get to shake my head for May. Can I say it? The next nomination for May, Joe Crypt Keeper Biden. This man comes out of his crypt once a month to say something bad about Trump, and then he goes back into the grave. This man does not come out. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything to uplift his constituents, his potential voters. Joe Biden is one of those people who literally think he's about to skate by and get the nomination. And people are very divided about this because they're like, we just want to get Trump out of office. I understand that sentiment. I do. But at the same time, I don't want to put in somebody who's just like him, just low key. It's like for Democrats, what happens is we vote for people and then 4 years later, you realize that nothing happened. You know? Anyway, this is like a longer conversation. Maybe I should have a podcast. But Joe Biden, for the month of May, for you thinking you about to skate on into the nomination for president.
Till November, we got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
They don't have.
You get the Shake My Head Award. Next up is Doja Cat. See, I was about to film this a couple of days ago, and then the whole Doja Cat thing blew up. I mean, she's pretty popular right now because of TikTok. Her song blew up. She put out her video. I mean, she's on the top of the charts right now. And then it comes out that she's like a low-key racist. The crazy thing is, she's half black. But what's even worse is her apology was trash. Sometimes I feel like if you're gonna be a certain way, don't apologize for it. I'll respect you more if you just like, yeah, that's me. If you don't like it, don't you know what I'm saying? But you know, money rules the world, right? So you're gonna fake apologize just so you can keep the coin. Doja Cat, for being a low-key racist and high-key weirdo, you get the Shake My Head nomination for me. Shake My Head goes to, now this is going to be this is multi-layered because, you know, somebody had asked me a while ago, like, why you always talk about like race and things like that? Because this is America and race is in everything. People can't let go of race. And it affects the people that they're being racist against. So, Ahmad Arbery. This man was killed in February. Nobody found out about it until 2 months later. There were no arrests made until everybody found out, until the outrage, you know, started building. It's just like it was almost they were just gonna let it kind of slip under the radar. It's like the guy he had no guns, he had no knife. All he did was walk in a construction site. So now because he walked around this construction site, did not take anything. What is there to take? Wood? Copper? Maybe. Copper's valuable. But I mean, he didn't take anything. He just went back to go jog. He had no guns on him, but he gets chased down in 3 cars, mind. The guy filming it was also driving a car. I just can't. I'm just tired. I'm tired. So 2 months later is when everybody gets arrested. Now, we will see if something actually happens. I don't rejoice when things like this happen anymore because they can get arrested, go to trial, and then, you know what happens. They get acquitted. There's not enough evidence. Okay. Also, in the case for Breonna Taylor, there's something called a no-knock warrant. I don't know if common sense is taught when people go to the academy. If you bust into somebody's house, don't announce yourself. Don't say cop. Don't show a warrant. Don't show a badge. But you bust in there with guns drawn. You don't think that people's first reaction is going to be to either hide or defend themselves? I don't understand it. And of course, you're going to have the racists online who are like, well, the boyfriend shot the cop. He shot them after they bust into the house with guns drawn. If you got a firearm in the house, it's there for a reason. Okay? Don't always assume somebody's selling drugs. You might have got it legally and you just want to protect yourself. They released them from prison, but child, I don't know. I don't understand people's. It's the same thing with Ahmad Arbery. They came at him with shotguns. He doesn't know them. They're not police. They didn't have a badge. They're just regular citizens coming at him with shotguns. What do you want him to do? If somebody's coming at me with a gun, I'm fighting. Or I'm running away. It's either one. But I'm not going to stand there and say, yes, this is a citizen's arrest. I know what this is. Get out of here. So yes, there's always something going on, that has something to do with race in this country because people cannot let it go. I'm black. Get over it. You believe that black people are a certain way and brown people are a certain way because honestly, you choose to believe it, and that is comfortable for you. You're in your world, and they're in theirs. And when you see all these injustices and you don't bat an eyelash, I'm sure you're thinking, well, they must have done something to deserve it. Anyway, May has been very special. From the American government to Joe Biden to the Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor killings. It's just all the way trash. And guess what? June is probably gonna be as bad or worse. Sadly, because the way 2020 is going, I just want to make it to December. Because now it's getting hot outside, people getting agitated. We still in quarantine. We're about to lift the quarantine, at least for the city. It's just I don't know. I'll stay in my house. I'm fine. Central Park Karen. It's just, the names, but she gets to shake my head because she literally, people are so entitled, It's so entitled. So there's a guy bird watching, a black man. So the gentleman who's there to bird watch asked her to put her dog on a leash. What he was asking her was not inappropriate. It wasn't aggressive. Basically, he's asking her to follow the rules. Follow the rules. So he asked her to put the, dog on a leash, and she's like, no, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna call the cops and tell them that an African American man is harassing me. So she does call the cops.
African American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. I'm being threatened by a man in the Rambo. Please send the cops immediately.
I'm tired. I'm just tired. I mean, the man left by the time they got there. Thank God, because we already see what happened in Minneapolis, and we already see, what happened with all these other situations. To Central Park Karen, you gotta shake my head for the month of May.